Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Monday Night Raw. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic, of course, behind the commentary table, and we are live and sold out in St. Louis, Missouri. And it seems as though the Undisputed Era are kicking off Monday Night Raw, but more specifically, it is Bobby Fish, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, as he's set for action against the man who will be going up against the leader of the Undisputed Era at Summerslam this weekend. More details on that later. I am, of course, referring to Bobby Fish's opponent tonight, Rey Mysterio. And it seems as though Bobby Fish has decided to come out here alone. Not just to perhaps familiarize Rey Mysterio with the idea that Adam Cole will be fighting him alone. No Undisputed Era at ringside. Perhaps Bobby Fish is saying, hey, maybe I could beat you with no Undisputed Era at ringside. However, he's also coming out here alone because he wants to send a message. He wants to show the War Raiders that he is incredibly dangerous and can, in fact, get a win leading into their tag team championship match at SummerSlam. Okay, of course, it's going to be Bobby Fish teaming up with Kyle O'Reilly. Will those two retain their championships? Or will the War Raiders finally gain back their Raw Tag Team titles we're going to see at SummerSlam? However, right now, this is singles competition. As Rey Mysterio, okay, he is angry, he's pissed off, okay, he's got a lot on his mind right now. He doesn't particularly want to be competing here tonight against Bobby Fish. In fact, he'd much rather be training because he knows that one of the biggest matches of his entire career is going to be taking place at SummerSlam. Okay, of course, Rey Mysterio, he loves to come out here with the fans, he loves to talk to them, he loves to, entertain you all. However, right now, that mask that he is wearing could be the last time he ever wears that particular mask in the WWE, because at SummerSlam, Rey Mysterio, he's putting everything on the line for the chance at becoming the United States Champion for the first time ever. Okay, of course, it's going to be Rey Mysterio versus Adam Cole, the U.S. title on the line, no Undisputed Era at ringside. And Rey Mysterio, he's putting his own mask, his own legacy on the line, as the legendary career of Rey Mysterio is in jeopardy right now. Rey Mysterio, there you see immediately with the strikes, with the punches. Okay, he's angry, he's pissed off as he's going up against a tactician known as Bobby Fish. Rey Mysterio, not necessarily a man who loves to do a lot of punches, a lot of strikes. Okay, typically more of a grappler. Okay, he loves to use his speed and agility. However, right now, Bobby Fish takes him down, going after the legs immediately. A very smart play. Only a one count. Not only to perhaps set up that leg lock later on in the matchup. Okay, the fish hook. However, Bobby Fish, Rey Mysterio takes him down. However, Bobby Fish knows that he has to take out the legs of Rey Mysterio. He definitely relies on his legs and his speed, as you're seeing right now with the drop kick connecting right to the side of the skull. As Bobby Fish, ladies and gentlemen, gets his hand stomped right there by Rey Mysterio. You can see it right now in Rey Mysterio's repertoire. Okay, his legs are definitely a prominent feature of his moveset, of his abilities in that ring, as Bobby Fish, however, pulls himself into Rey Mysterio and drops his chin onto the top of Fish's head before dropping Rey Mysterio to the outside. Now, of course, you got to be thinking that the War Raiders are watching this one wherever they are. Okay, they're not scheduled to compete here tonight, as Bobby Fish goes after Rey Mysterio, goes for an elbow strike. However, Rey Mysterio knows that Adam Cole might be watching this as well, so both men, okay, there's a lot of pressure going into this one before heading into SummerSlam, as Bobby Fish, he's got him up for a suplex, but Rey Mysterio gets out of it. Okay, accidentally landing on the top rope. However, Rey Mysterio, it doesn't matter. He's comfortable on the ropes, but he's also comfortable showing off that agility inside the confines of them, as he uses those same exact ropes to hit the 619. And Rey Mysterio out of nowhere hits him with the frog splash. And it could be over here. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Rey Mysterio immediately with the 619. Okay, perhaps a smart play by Rey Mysterio, thinking, hey, I gotta finish this matchup as fast as possible. He does not want to go into SummerSlam with any form of injury. Okay, he doesn't want to go in there feeling any amount of pain. However, right now, Bobby Fish, throws Rey Mysterio across the ring. And then, there you see, once again, going after the ankles, the legs of Rey Mysterio. I've said it before, if you can't stand, you can't fight. And Rey Mysterio, he especially relies on his speed, the ability to stand in that ring and to fight in order to get the job done. However, there you see Bobby Fish immediately going after the legs of Rey Mysterio. As there you see Bobby Fish now continuing the strikes. Fish seems to definitely have the upper hand right now, using the rare strength advantage in this one against Rey Mysterio. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count to lift him up, twirl him around, drop him on the knee of Bobby Fish. However, that did not get the job done. As now, dropping him on the top of his head. Jesus. And there you see Bobby Fish getting cocky, of course. All of the Undisputed Era members very confident in their abilities. And hell, that faction holds the United States Championship and the tag team titles. So perhaps that confidence, ladies and gentlemen, is well earned, as Bobby Fish has Rey Mysterio on the ropes. And typically that's not a good thing for you, as Rey Mysterio uses those same ropes once again. This time trying to go for a roll-up predicament. 1. No, and only a 1 count there. Trying to get a quick victory, perhaps. Oh my god, and now a bit of revenge from that back suplex where Rey Mysterio just dropped onto his neck, onto his head, before dropping Bobby Fish onto his head with that maneuver there. The knee connecting by Bobby Fish. However, 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Okay, as I was saying, Rey Mysterio dropping Bobby Fish on his head with that Hurricane Rana. Okay, that Frankensteiner spiking him. However, there you see Bobby Fish. He's still fighting, hitting him with that running knee as Rey Mysterio runs into this predicament there. Bobby Fish. Oh, God, you're not going to like that predicament. Now that, connecting with the 619. And Rey Mysterio, a second 619. He's up on the top rope. Could he be going for it, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, he tries to do this maneuver a lot, the West Coast Pop. However, sometimes it doesn't get the job done. Typically, he's caught in midair. However, this time, Rey Mysterio catches Bobby Fish. 2, 3, and Rey Mysterio kicks off this episode of Monday Night Raw with a big victory. And ladies and gentlemen, Rey Mysterio, if he can do that at SummerSlam, well, then the United States Championship reign of Adam Cole will come to an end. However, there you see Rey Mysterio in the replays. Okay, a lot of 619s hitting all the big maneuvers as fast as possible, as effectively as possible. And it was damn near perfection, Rey Mysterio's performance here tonight. Bobby Fish losing to Rey Mysterio. And if Bobby Fish loses again at SummerSlam, well, then we're going to have new tag team champions here on Monday Night Raw. The War Raiders, the first ever tag champs, they want their titles back. Will that happen at SummerSlam? We're going to have to wait and see. Rey Mysterio, however, right now celebrating the victory over Bobby Fish, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. And speaking of tag team action, okay, later on tonight, it's going to be the Lucha Dragons taking on the Revival in a bit of a rematch from a few weeks ago. The Lucha Dragons have not been seeing eye to eye. Will they find some common ground? We're going to find out as those two men in our main event of this edition of Monday Night Raw will be battling until only one man is left standing. The other man will fall to the ground and lose. It's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Karl Anderson, one member of the club. Of course, Shinsuke Nakamura will be battling the leader of the club, the Universal Champion, Finn Balor, at SummerSlam. Okay, mark your calendars, folks. Saturday, March 21st, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. SummerSlam, one of the biggest events of the year with some of the biggest matches of the past few months, okay, maybe in the history of the WWE. It's going to be one hell of a show, and I can't wait to see what happens at SummerSlam. Well, there you have it. It's going to be a Falls Counts Anywhere match at SummerSlam. AJ Styles and Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, no rules. Okay, you can only win by pinfall or submission anywhere you want. Okay, we saw them brawl throughout the entire arena backstage, even going so far as the boiler room in the basement of the arena. And ladies and gentlemen, AJ Styles and Tommaso Ciampa are gonna go to war, and somehow I have to turn your attention over to this matchup right now as Carmella is set to take on the Raw Women's Champion. Another person, another individual who will be fighting and competing at SummerSlam. Okay, it's going to be Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion, as she defends her title against Kairi Sane. Of course, Carmella has a lot of history with Kairi Sane. Okay, the last time we actually saw Carmella on Monday Night Raw was in a no-holds-barred fight between Kairi Sane and herself a few months ago. Okay, so right now, Carmella, she is returning. She's going after the woman who Kairi Sane will be battling at SummerSlam. And it's the Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, of course, winning that championship back at WrestleMania, defeating Nia Jax, which was obviously no easy task. Right now, Asuka is looking to defeat Carmella. These two women have faced off against one another before. And right now, Asuka is looking to do what she's done a few times now, which is defeat Carmella. However, of course, Carmella, she's been gone. Okay, she might have that ring rust. However, she might have also been using that time to prepare for a high-profile return, a big money match like this one. It's Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion, taking on Carmella. And I can't wait to see what happens. And I can guarantee you somewhere in the back, Kairi Sane, if she's even here, of course, will be watching this one. Okay, studying Asuka. Okay, both women incredibly talented and gifted performers in that ring, Asuka and Kairi Sane. And Carmella, she talks a lot, and she's looking to prove that she might, be on the same pedestal, as the Raw Women's Champion. Perhaps she is, as she blocked the back fist before just landing a vicious forearm strike on the champion. As now, there you see Carmella, okay, not wasting any time. Typically, she would be talking a bit of smack right now. However, she's going right into this one, okay, beating the hell out of Asuka. And of course, before she talks smack, okay, she said she has a lot to say when it comes to her competing in the ring. However, Asuka, she lets her actions define your opinion of her, as right now you're seeing the vicious strikes of Asuka. And now, wait a second, it looks like she's seems as though Asuka mirroring the taunt of Carmella right now. However, Carmella did not like that too much, taking offense, going for a roll-up. However, there you see Asuka trying to go for a roll-up as well. And wait a second, immediately, look at Carmella turning it around. Okay, well, Carmella coming back. Okay, she's looking, ladies and gentlemen, to, perhaps raise herself on the rankings of the Monday Night Raw Women's Division. Okay, trying to show that she belongs on the same pedestal as Asuka. She gets taken down by Asuka. And now the champion, with the kick right to the back. Okay, you also have to take into account that no-holds-barred match between Carmella and Kairi Sane. Of course, we haven't seen Carmella since that loss. She might have that ring rust, as I was saying during the entrances. But of course, Carmella, she might also still be a bit banged up, a bit bruised, a bit hurt. As right now, Asuka looks like she's going to be hurting Carmella even more there. And now talking a bit of smack, now just kind of playing around with Carmella, okay, like a child playing with their food. Okay, playing with their suppers right now. Asuka just beating the hell out of Carmella, who keeps trying to go for a maneuver of some kind. However, it seems as though Asuka catches her off guard, hits her with that running hip attack. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. She's pinned Carmella before with that. However, this time it didn't get the job done. Okay, seems though Asuka might be underestimating Carmella. A lot more taunts than in a typical Asuka matchup. Okay, she's much more used to just fighting. She doesn't really say too much. However, you might see that right now, Carmella, she's saying, "Nuh-uh, you should not be underestimating me." As now she ducks under Asuka there. Goes to, throw Asuka to the outside, but Asuka fires back, throwing Carmella over the top rope. And there you see Asuka, okay, laying back, allowing Carmella to rest perhaps as she enters the ring, and now taunting her a bit more now. And Kairi Sane, who may be watching this one, could perhaps see Asuka lose right now, as now Carmella, she's got her here. She's got the head wrapped around, or wrapped inside, rather, those legs of Carmella. However, there you see Asuka gets out of it, goes for a back suplex. No, wait a second. Carmella reverses. Super kick connects, flipping out of the back suplex before the boot connects with the jaw. It could be over. 1, 2. No, and just barely gets the 2 count there. Almost a loss for Asuka going into SummerSlam. And there you see, it seems as though Carmella's been training a lot more lately, okay, showing off some rare agility, some athleticism even. Okay, sure, she's pretty good in that ring, but it seems as though she might have gotten even better. She's sick and tired of people underestimating her, as right now, Asuka grabs Carmella and she's trapped. She's trapped, she's got nowhere to go, center of the ring. And she taps to Asuka, the Asuka lock connecting and getting the job done there. Okay, well, Carmella showing some grit, showing some anger throughout this entire matchup, trying her damnedest to beat Asuka. But in the end, Asuka waited for Carmella, bought her time, and here you see in the replay, just showing that backflip connecting with the super kick to follow up. However, there you see Asuka, she waited for Carmella to get up under her own merits, getting up on her own 2 feet, before dropping her down back first onto Asuka, connecting with the Asuka lock, the devastating Asuka lock. As now the devastating Raw Women's Champion once again proves why she is such a dominant force on Monday Night Raw. Kairi Sane, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. And speaking of Kairi, there you see her, Kairi Sane, staring down Asuka. Okay, she's going to be challenging Asuka for that Raw Women's title. And it looks like she's trying to send a message saying, hey, I was watching that. I was watching that matchup. I got my eyes directly on you. And perhaps I might have my hands on that Raw Women's title come SummerSlam. Going to be a hell of a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot wait to see which one of these 2 women will end the show leading the Raw Women's division. Well, okay then, Toni Storm apparently deciding to make a bit of a video package for herself, trying to show the rest of the Raw Women's division that she is here and that they should be put on notice. As Tony Storm sends a message to everybody in the locker room. Right now, we're going to be seeing which one of these two teams will be sending a message to the potential winners of the Raw Tag Team title match at SummerSlam. Of course, Kalisto and Sin Cara, they have been having a lot of issues lately. Okay, Sin Cara has been losing time and time and time again, and Kalisto has gotten sick of it, watching as Sin Cara just keeps losing for their team. We're going to see if Kalisto and Sin Cara can get back on the same page, as these two men, the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, are always on the same page. Okay, they are an example of expert tag team maneuvering and complete faction perfection. Okay, these two men, Dash and Dawson, have beaten the Lucha Dragons a few times before. Tonight they're looking to do it again. And if they do win, well, then something tells me Kalisto, he's going to start thinking more and more seriously about leaving the Lucha Dragons team and going off on his own. Of course, we've seen him go off on his own before, becoming a champion. Right now, we're going to be seeing which one of these two teams will be leaving here tonight. Oh, the winner, as Sin Cara immediately with a forearm shot before taking down Dash Wilder, dropping him. Get a lower spine of Dash Wilder connecting with the knee. And Sin Cara with the strikes over and over again, stomping on the arm. He's coming into this one with something to prove. He wants to show Kalisto, hey, you know what? I can still be a good, invaluable team player. As right now, Sin Cara takes down Dash Wilder, hits him on the top of his skull before, turning an Enziguri into a Hurricane Rana. There, the athleticism and the creative mind of Sin Cara on display. Throwing him across the ring. Dash Wilder, I don't think he's expecting any of this. And now a moonsault connecting by the Luchador, as Scott Dawson watches on Kalisto doing the same thing. And Sin Cara looking to show off some more agility, hitting him with the moonsault there. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. And Dash Wilder gets up and immediately runs to the outside. And there you see Sin Cara saying that he's ready, saying that he's focused. Okay, he is prepared for a fight. That's exactly what's happening right now. Sin Cara's pointing down at him saying, get back in this ring, I dare you. As Dash Wilder, okay, he follows the command of Sin Cara, but only for a moment, as he goes for, a suplex, gets countered into a neck breaker by Dash Wilder. And oh god, here we go, the punishment, by the Revival, of course. The Revival's trademark punishment. Okay, no flips, just fists, that's their catchphrase. However, right now, you just saw the boots collide with the chest, trying to cave in the chest of Sin Cara. Before some more tag team action, as Scott Dawson, using the middle rope to his advantage, leaping off of it and stomping, perhaps even crushing the knee of Sin Cara. Now talking a bit of trash to Kalisto. And then he turns his attention back to Sin Cara, making the tag once again to Dash Wilder, as these tag team specialists showing off their collective chemistries as the tag team of the Revival. Their offense being put on display. However, the cockiness of the Revival on display there before Kalisto makes the tag to Sin Cara. Okay, Sin Cara crawls over towards his corner, makes the hot tag, and now Kalisto, he's fired up. As Kalisto bounces off the ropes, kicks him in the back of the head. As now Scott Dawson gets taken down by Kalisto now. Sin Cara on the outside, and Kalisto, okay, trying to continue the pressure that Sin Cara at the beginning of this matchup was starting to build up for the Revival. Throws him across the ring. Goes for a strike. However, Dash Wilder reverses, hits him with an Enziguri there. And then punches Sin Cara for good measure. As Kalisto and Dash Wilder now battling it out. Here we go. These two men going forward. Okay, Dash Wilder has already taken a lot of unexpected punishment as now Kalisto connects with the Salida del Sol. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, the Lucha Dragons, with the combined fury of Sin Cara and the relentlessness of Kalisto, okay, being put on display here. Okay, the athleticism of Sin Cara being put on display here, flying around the ring. Okay, but for a moment, the Revival seem to have the upper hand here, trying to stomp the leg of Sin Cara, trying to beat the hell out of him using their tag team repertoire. However, in the end, Kalisto, okay, he made the tag, and then just like a house of fire burning down the Revival's chances of winning this one. And well, in the end, even though Sin Cara and Kalisto did not particularly do any moves together, like we saw with Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder using their combined forces to try and beat down the Lucha Dragons, it seems as though both men are still back on top, finally getting a victory. And well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As you just heard, the Undisputed Era, they're hyped up and they are ready for their matches at SummerSlam. And speaking of SummerSlam, right now we're going into the main event of the evening. And of course, this is a big time main event for a couple of reasons. First off, it's going to be Karl Anderson versus Shinsuke Nakamura, a match that I am personally very excited for, and a match that, in my opinion, could steal tonight's show. But not just that, we also have to be thinking about the main event of SummerSlam, as the Universal title will be on the line. It will be Finn Balor, the leader of the club. Of course, the leader of these two men, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. As Finn Balor, he will be defending that Universal title against Shinsuke Nakamura, Karl Anderson's opponent for tonight. Okay, it was Finn Balor who actually wanted Karl Anderson to fight Shinsuke before his WWE Universal Championship defense against him at SummerSlam. And there you have it. Speak of the devil, the number one contender, it's the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, something in particular about Shinsuke Nakamura that's very interesting around this feud is that it seems as though Finn Balor has a lot of respect for him. Okay, we've seen Finn Balor throughout his most recent feud since forming the club, since gaining the Universal Championship. Okay, he's decided to attack everybody. He's decided to not show any respect towards anybody. Since forming the club, since turning his back on the WWE audience. But it seems as though when it comes to Shinsuke Nakamura, he has shown respect. Okay, he has stopped on numerous occasions. Okay, he has yelled at Gallows and Anderson for attacking Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, Finn Balor even said, hey, I respect you. I don't like you, but I respect you. I don't want to hurt you going into that matchup. I want to prove that I'm better than you. Shinsuke Nakamura, however, he wants to go into that matchup this weekend, this Saturday, to prove that he is better than Finn Balor. He wants to take that Universal title and the reign of the Universal Champion. He wants to go in there with a win over Karl Anderson. And here we go. The bell has rung. Okay, Finn Balor watching on alongside Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson, and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's your main event of the evening here on the Red Brand. Now there you see, oh, Karl Anderson with a very disrespectful jab at Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura saying, you know what, fine, you want to turn this into a striking game, a striking contest? Well, you're going to get it, as now Nakamura with the punches getting off of the shoulders of Karl Anderson, dropping him down onto the top of his head with that back suplex. Okay, Nakamura, he's coming into this one. Okay, he is ready. He is focused. Okay, he wants to prove to Finn Balor why he is the king of strong style, why he is the #1 contender, why he didn't particularly need AJ Styles to distract Tommaso Ciampa in order to become #1 contender. Okay, he feels as though he is just better than everybody on the roster, and that's the mentality you have to become a champion here, as Karl Anderson wants to prove that he is better than Shinsuke Nakamura as he drops him on the top of his head. One? No, and only a 1 count. There you see Karl Anderson showing some disrespect towards Shinsuke Nakamura. Finn Balor, however, judging by his past few weeks or so in this feud leading up to SummerSlam, seems as though he wouldn't be doing those kind of acts. Okay, he doesn't want to show any disrespect towards Nakamura, as Nakamura now proving why Karl Anderson should perhaps respect him as he gets out of it, puts him up. Okay, Anderson is trapped, and he gets met with that knee right to the gut. 1. No, and only a 1 count. It seems as though it's now Shinsuke Nakamura who's showing some disrespect towards Karl Anderson, saying, fine, you know what? You want to get your ass kicked? That's exactly what you're going to get, as Karl Anderson gets out of the way and he runs over towards, oh, well, of course he runs over towards the club. Towards Gallows, towards Anderson, towards Finn Balor. Of course, that unit that has dominated Monday Night Raw since WrestleMania, since being drafted over here. No, wait a second. And now there you see Nakamura challenging. I don't know if it's specifically towards Karl Anderson or perhaps he's even saying come on towards Finn Balor. Either way, though, Nakamura, he wants a fight, and that's what he's getting as Karl Anderson takes him down, throws him across the ring into the corner. Oh, goes for a running European uppercut. However, he stops himself before meeting the corner as Shinsuke, makes him meet the mat face first, dropping him down. As Nakamura, here we go, that vicious, strong style. He's the king of it with these strong, sharp elbows, those strong knees connecting, a trifecta of them, colliding with the skull, perhaps even the jaw of Karl Anderson. Okay, it's going to be very difficult for him to eat tomorrow following these hard shots as Karl Anderson, he's still in the fight. However, he gets out of that, countering it with a bulldog. Very beautifully executed there. A smart maneuver as now he picks him up, turning him over into the Anderson cutter. And Nakamura 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. It seemed as though Shinsuke Nakamura was going into SummerSlam with a big loss. And there you see Karl Anderson. He's furious. Okay, Nakamura kicked out of the Anderson cutter. Oh! However, here we go. Shinsuke, goes for a running kick. Perhaps even a Kinshasa. However, there you see Karl Anderson reverses. Has him. But he gets met with a knee right to the top of the head. And now here we go. Shinsuke Nakamura with the strikes, with the punches. Here we go with the forearms. Kicks him in the stomach. And then turns it around into a kick right to the head there. Okay, running into it. Shinsuke Nakamura. Here we go. Trying to build some momentum. Now staring right at Finn Balor before dropping Karl Anderson, their stomach first into the top rope here in our main event of the evening as Anderson goes for a kick. However, now, Shinsuke Nakamura has him discombobulated, turns him around. And then he takes him down. Okay, Karl Anderson, a bad landing. Okay, his legs being caught up on the ropes. However, there you see Shinsuke Nakamura in the corner. He wants him up for that right there. The Kinshasa connecting. 1, 2, 3, and Shinsuke Nakamura has just beaten Karl Anderson to close out this episode of Monday Night Raw. What a win for Shinsuke Nakamura, sending a message straight towards Finn Balor, towards the club, towards everybody on Monday Night Raw. He wants that Universal title, and he will stop at nothing in order to get it. Okay, Karl Anderson, however, he proved just how good he is. Okay, he knows that he is one of the best on Monday Night Raw, perhaps even one of the most overlooked. As Karl Anderson, he came into this one, okay, the Anderson cutter connecting. But you know what else connected? The Kinshasa. And that was the final maneuver before the pinfall victory of Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, hold on a second. There you see the two men who will be competing at SummerSlam staring each other down now. Nakamura and Finn Balor. Of course, a lot of respect shown between those two men as... come on, and there you see Gallows. Of course, Luke Gallows with the boot connecting as Nakamura rolls out of harm's way, and there you see Gallows and Balor, staring each other down now, and there you see Balor. Okay, he's yelling at him. He's getting up into his face there, staring down Gallows. Perhaps even telling him to go to the back, and that's exactly what Luke Gallows is doing. Karl Anderson still down following that massive Kinshasa. And there you can see the face, the anger on Finn Balor's face right there. Okay, like I mentioned, okay, a lot of respect being shown between Balor and Nakamura. And now there you see Finn Balor, he turns around and he's staring right at his challenger. And I think Nakamura is saying, hey, you know what? I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to show some respect. Because now the two men who will be battling at SummerSlam are staring each other down now. God! And perhaps that respect has been a ruse this entire time or something, because he does a low blow Shinsuke Nakamura. Finn Balor with a low blow connecting on Shinsuke Nakamura, taking him down. Though, of course, there you see Luke Gallows joining Balor. And there you see that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Universal Champion. And this is going to be the last thing you see here on this edition of Raw. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at SummerSlam.